Alright, well, today I learned that I need to actually check that I'm recording before I start talking about it. Hey guys, this is my first video talking to just the camera, which is a new experience for me. Normally I'm streaming on Twitch or talking in the podcast Conquering Content Creation. But yeah, this is the first time that I'm talking to myself through a camera, which is pretty different. But today I wanted to talk about something interesting that came up, and this is a video done by the YouTuber Jschlatt. And it was about how he doesn't stream on Twitch anymore. And this is something that I talked about in the latest episode of our podcast Conquering Content Creation, where we talk about streamer burnout, and we talk about some of the things that maybe we don't always get to hear about when it comes to streaming on Twitch. So getting into Twitch is a really popular thing at the moment, and we can understand why, because it's a very difficult time at the moment with, you know, the C word that we won't mention, and a lot of people are kind of uncertain of their own future, specifically like in a career sort of way, financially. You know, a lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people don't know how to pay rent now that they're stuck at home in isolation. And so a lot of people started looking at other ways that maybe they can make a couple of bucks. And one of the big things that people started doing was they started streaming or making content in general, but streaming was a big one. Some people started YouTube channels, some people decided they want to be Instagram influencers, but the big one for sure was Twitch. And Twitch today is kind of like wanting to be a rock star was like 2 decades ago. You know, everyone wants to do it. Everyone thinks, you know, it's the high life, you know, I barely have to do anything. I just show up to concerts. Everyone loves me. Same thing with streaming, right? Everyone thinks, you know, I just have to buy the equipment, jump on a game that I want to play, you know, turn on the camera, go live, boom, you know, I've got money, I've got fans. And they quickly realize that it's not that simple. And that's okay. You know, it's probably to be expected that you don't just get success from clicking go live. But then they start to think, hey, maybe I need to grind more. You know, it's all about the grind mentality. And they start thinking, okay, well, everyone says that if you want to make it on Twitch, you need to stream heaps. So I'm going to start streaming lots. You know, every day I'm going to turn up, I'm going to be on 12 hours a day, I'm going to be going hard, I'm going to be streaming. And they kind of get themselves stuck in this endless cycle of just clicking go live and playing the game that they want to for 12 hours. You really can get this streamer burnout from the nuances of trying to do Twitch instead of doing something like YouTube or even Instagram or creating content on another platform. And I wanted to talk a bit about this today. And the problem with streaming on Twitch is that you're always going to be online, and that can be really exhausting. Especially not just from it's actually tiring to interact with people for that many hours in front of a camera, but also the drain that it can have on your mental health, like when you have a good stream versus when you have like a pretty not very good stream. You find yourself every time you're going to hit that go live button that you're just kind of staring at it for like 5 minutes, just going like, I hope this is good. I hope people turn up. I hope nothing bad happens, you know, like I hope I'm entertaining for the next 4 or 5 hours that someone might be sitting there watching me, you know. These are all things that start to grind you down slowly. And so it was really interesting to hear someone's take on this, saying that, hey, perhaps other platforms might be a better way of looking at it, a better way to go forward on the platform. And so this is something that we were looking at on the podcast Conquering Content Creation, where we have started to realize that even though we started as Twitch streamers and Twitch streaming was what we wanted to get into, that if you really wanted to grow a presence online, you really had to try and create content in as many different ways as you could, because Twitch as a platform is too difficult to grow on. One of the other things that Jschlatt talked about in his video is that he started off as that Minecraft guy. And so he would do these streams where his whole sort of comedy shtick revolved around being a funny guy on Minecraft, you know, making funny noises, ha ha ha, you know, memeing people in Minecraft. And that's all well and good, but I mean, I'm sure for most other people that have played Minecraft out there, you know, you play it for a little bit and then you move on, and maybe you come back to it. You know, I've been playing it since alpha, but I haven't been playing it constantly since it was alpha, right? Like, you play it for a little burst and then come back maybe in a new update or something. And so when he got sick of playing Minecraft, that all of a sudden meant that, well, what am I meant to do? Because every time I go and stream, everyone's like, hey, where's Minecraft? What are you doing? You know, where's Minecraft? And so I noticed, even as a small streamer, that I'd streamed some Terraria for 2 weeks because the new 1.4 update had come out. And I started to gain some good growth, got some good traction playing some of this Terraria, only to find out that as soon as I moved away from Terraria, people would come into chat and say like, hey, what's going on? Where's the Terraria, you know? And so all of that growth that I had wasn't even growth of me. It wasn't people just wanting to watch whatever I was doing. It was that people were wanting to watch the Terraria gameplay that I was doing. And so I realized that if I wanted to grow to be a true variety streamer on Twitch and be able to stream, you know, whatever I want, then I have to have people interested in what I had to say and in myself as a personality. And the thing is Twitch is just not a good platform for that, at least not for initial growth. If you can create content on literally anything else, like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, literally anything, just get yourself out there, then maybe you can grow a following that way, and it's a lot more organic than people kind of finding you through the browse game function on the Twitch website. So another thing that Jschlatt said in his video that was really interesting is the mindset of having to be on Twitch all the time. Because to really gain traction and grow on Twitch, you need to be live all the time. And that makes a lot of sense, because the thing is with a YouTube video, like, hey, even with this YouTube video, I can just, you put a lot of effort into making the video, and then you put the video out there, and then that's it. You know, you don't have to stay there waiting for people to watch it. Whereas in Twitch, no one's actually going to watch your content unless you're there in the moment, present, live streaming, right? And that can be so exhausting. And you really find this out once you get into doing streaming yourself. It is really surprisingly tiring, because you can play a game for 8 hours fine if you know, like a hashtag gamer. And that can really drain on your mental health. I mean, I know myself, and Jschlatt said this in his video, that when he was live streaming, he would sit there for like 5 minutes just staring at the go live button, just trying to like build up enough strength to just take the plunge and go for it. And I've done that myself, and I'm not even anywhere close to his size. That can be really tough, you know, especially when you're trying to grow a presence online in content creation. You hear it all the time, like not even just from me, but also from bigger channels, people that are much bigger and have been doing this for much longer than I have been doing. Create content on other platforms. People don't do it, and I can understand why people don't do it, because it's, to be honest, after going from Twitch streaming to doing a lot of content creation on like Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, it's way easier to Twitch stream than it is to do that. It's way less scarier too, you know, if you've ever had any kind of like fears with just putting yourself out there. But do it. It's really rewarding. It'll be really beneficial to your growth. And I think you'll get a lot more out of Twitch streaming in the long run if you try and consider what you're doing less as trying to become a Twitch streamer and more about trying to become a content creator. If any of this is interesting, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll also put a link to the podcast that we upload episodes weekly about our journey to become content creators. I'll put that also down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And yeah, I hope some of this has been useful to any of you guys. Let me know if you've been struggling to also hit that go live button, and maybe you're thinking about trying to create a different kind of content. Otherwise, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Well, I know when I was looking into doing this, because of course, you do it casually when you get into it, but I did get into it with the hopes of trying to take it somewhere. And one of the things I was kind of worried about is this school of thought where, you know, there's that saying do what you love and you'll never feel like you work a day in your life. But I don't necessarily buy into that, and I was kind of really worried that if I turn what I love, being video games, into a career, will it become something that you hate?